Hi. So we just got back from a great trip that we had in Spain. We were there for 4 days, and there was some beautiful sunshine. We got to see a lot of really cool places, and
Barcelona, Spain.
to be
just
more precise.
Exact. Yeah. We visited all of Spain
All
in
of
4 days.
So the first day that we got there, we landed, and we had like half the day, find our hostel, and just walk around town a little bit. And it was just really cool just to walk in the city. Like, the architecture is beautiful, these beautiful colors, and the weather was nice, and it was just really cool just to walk around town.
Yeah, one thing we've been saying to people is that it's everything that you would want a sunny sort of Mediterranean European city to be. It's so different in comparison to England. You really start to recognize that, like, Northern Europe, and especially the UK, it feels like, is very different in feeling than Barcelona is, or Spain. I mean, we only were in one city, but from what we could tell, there's a lot of Mediterranean influence. Like, all the buildings have this golden color, and there's balconies and these little side streets where there's these cute little shops. And from what I can tell, you just don't get that as much in London, and especially not in Birmingham. It's just like a completely different kind of, different kind of architecture. And Spain in particular, architecturally speaking, it has a really cool influence because of Gaudi, who is the artist that a lot of the famous places that you can go visit in Barcelona, like a lot of the buildings and whatnot, are from his design. It was so cute, and it was so warm and nice. But yeah, that first day we just kind of walked around, and we went on the main strip, which is La Rambla. And I think we also made it to, we did make it to the Gothic Quarter, because we went to the cathedral. We'll show a little video of it here. Ta-da! So that was the Barcelona Cathedral, and that was beautiful, but obviously older than Sagrada Família, which we'll show a clip of later on. But that first day, we just walked around, we ate some yummy food, and just kind of like took in the sights, which sounds boring, but was really nice because it was just such a beautiful, sunny city. I don't know if you can tell, we're pink people a little bit right now because our England has turned us into vampires, and so we're not used to the sun. So we went to a sunny place, and we were like immediately pink.
It was great.
Yeah.
The second day, we ended up going to a place called Parc Güell.
I think that's Parc Güell.
The second day, we ended up going to a place called Parc Güell. It was really cool. It's kind of out of the way, not like in the main part of the city. So we walked there. Comparing Gaudi's structures with the structure of everything else in Barcelona, it almost looks like a Dr. Seuss book to me, because you see these like buildings that he creates, and everything is like rounded shapes and like these weird like spires going up. So it looks like Whoville, basically.
Josh kept thinking it was Dr. Seuss. There is something to it though, because everything's curved. And in the park, so if anyone ever goes to Barcelona or whatever, Parc Güell is sort of in two sections. So there's, I think, a few things that Gaudi built within the park, but mainly the park itself has in it Monument Park. And Monument Park is where, like, if you were to Google Barcelona and look at the images on Google Images or whatever, you'll see a blue and white tiled kind of like pillar, and then a house that's got a bunch of mosaic tiles, and you'll see a lot of pictures of that. That's Monument Park, which is part of Parc Güell, which is on the top of a hill, because we, without fail, always find something that's like this in escalation walking up to it, which is exactly what happened. But the park itself is beautiful. There's lots of really gorgeous walking trails. And again, it's so sunny. You get a beautiful view of the city and the sea. But it was really awesome because, like, everywhere you walk, there's just, like, it is mosaic. It's just a certain kind. I think it's modernism. We should be much more clear about this. We did visit, and we still are like,
don't know what it was, but
what do you
beautiful.
say? Yeah, it was gorgeous. To me, it really added to the experience of being there because it's so different from anything I've ever seen before in terms of that. So I loved that contrast and the warmness of the colors. London is beautiful in its own respect. There's no denying London is gorgeous, but it's very gray, and it's got a very different kind of like old feeling, whereas Spain just kind of felt like warm and sunny, and everything was golden, and it just was different, and it was a really nice change of pace, because thus far we've only traveled in the UK. This is the first time we went on a vacation outside of the UK or Scotland or Ireland, because we've only been to Dublin, Edinburgh, and then obviously other parts of England. So it was just nice to get a change of pace from like the norm now for us, which is England. So the sun alone was nice, but also the architecture.
So the rest of the day, we were able just to walk around all these little side streets and visit these little shops and food places. One of the foods that Barcelona is known for is like their paella, which is like a rice dish cooked in a really big pan, and that's good.
Yeah, they make it in the States too, but in Spain it's everywhere.
And then, of course, they have tapas, which is like small portions of food, almost like an appetizer. Except I don't get tapas. I really don't.
Tapas.
Well, I don't care. Well, I don't get it either way. But I don't get it. Like, people rave about it. I'm like, it's expensive appetizers. It's good. Don't get me wrong. Like,
it is really good.
Everything that we had tasted great, but
I think it was good though. There's no denying. Like, it
tasted great.
And you
really
get to
did.
kind of choose a bunch of different things that you want to eat. So if you're in the mood for seafood, you could get a bunch of different seafood tapas and then maybe some like vegetable ones or whatever. So I think it's got its place. But Joshua,
not sold. I'm just
not his favorite. So also on the second day, we found this little like jazz club to go to. We were trying to figure out what to do at night because we're like, this is great nightlife. What should we do? So we just kind of searched like a fun place to go. And there was this bar called Milano. And it's a really cool feeling. There's like red velvet seats and an awesome bar and bartenders who do like a bunch of tricks and this little stage with a grand piano on it. And every night they have a live concert. We just checked it out because we knew we wanted to like see some fun music from the area and also, just like have a nice evening where we could get a few good drinks and all that kind of stuff. So we found it and we liked it so much we went twice. And unfortunately, we didn't get too much footage. First, it was really dimly lit, so none of the pictures or the videos that we took are really of great quality anyway. Some of them we took and I haven't posted them anywhere because you can't see anything. Yeah. But rest assured, it was really cool.
It was fun. It was cool to hear. Cool to hear like a blues jazz band, but people whose primary language is Spanish singing it. So it's kind of funny. They're like singing it in English, so it's like blues and Spanish accent combined. It was kind of funny, but it was cool.
It was really good.
It was. It was nice just at the end of the day to go there. We knew where it was. It wasn't far from our hotel, and just relax and listen to some music, and again eat more good food and
experience the nightlife of Barcelona a little bit.
One thing is Barcelona, I don't know about Spain in general, but Barcelona, their day starts so much later.
Like, I think it's a European thing.
Maybe, yeah. But like, so restaurants for breakfast start opening up at like 9:30 or 10. Lunch is like 3 o'clock, and then dinner's at 9. So for us who were normally eating dinner at like 6, it was kind of nice just to have an excuse to stay up a bit later and just enjoy some of the nightlife. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could get breakfast earlier. Like, we went to a pastry shop that was so good. It was so delicious, and we went there, I think, at 8 in the morning, and I think it was open even earlier. But I think it's, like, we noticed it was very quiet at 9 in the morning versus later in the day, which I kind of liked. I think it was fun. It gave us a chance to relax and just enjoy the sunshine when we could, and that was really awesome.
We have made it to Barcelona, and we are on our way to some popular tourist destinations. We had some delicious lunch with this beautiful fountain, and there's sunshine. It's a pretty good day.
We're currently on La Rambla. It's a huge tourist strip. There's a bunch of markets all around and everything. And so we're just taking a walk, and it is touristy, but it's really pretty. Spain has beautiful buildings, so here we are in a busy spot.
So on the second day, we ended up going to Sagrada Família, which again, it's by this architect Gaudi. He's everywhere. But
He's all over.
He's all over Barcelona. But he created this cathedral, which was just mind blowing. Like if you've been to Disney, it was taller than the Cinderella's castle. And it was just
another great architectural design
to compare. But anyway, it was just really stunning at how massive this thing was, and it was again stark contrast to all the structure around it and all the other cathedrals that we've seen. It still looks very ancient and very European, but it's got this like very cool new modern design attached to it as well. And again, he's known for like his flowing architecture, and it was just beautiful. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't say it looks ancient, but it looks like your stereotypical cathedral, to me anyway. Like, to me, it didn't look old, but it still looked grand. And I feel like oftentimes when you think of a big, beautiful church, you think old. But this had to me, it had a very new kind of feeling to it, because it had that sort of roundness and like rainbow style stained glass. All the stained glass kind of moved in a rainbow color, and it had these like circular orb glass chandeliers, I guess is the best way to call them. I don't know. It was just like, but again, very round, and the outside has like really simple kind of statues. It's not your stereotypical medieval gargoyle kind of carving where everything is sort of like scary looking and or really detailed. It was sort of like suggestions as to what was being carved. They had like some cool videos about that as well. And the outside really just looks like it was formed by hand in a way. It had a lot of different feeling. Whereas to me, like the ancient cathedrals are very, very detailed and ornate. And this was, but in a completely different way. But that didn't make it any less grand. Like that, I think, was what was really breathtaking about it. And it's with all of Spain, I feel it's so hard to capture it on video or taking pictures. Like sometimes it almost felt strange to take a video or a picture because it just didn't do it justice. Like if you're in Barcelona, Sagrada Família is worth seeing, as is a lot of things in Barcelona. Like I think going back, this would be one of the cities that we highly recommend people go visit because it's just stunning. But I don't know, like walking in and kind of taking in that kind of architecture, which you really can't see anywhere else, to my knowledge. I don't know, like it was just mind-blowing. And you walk in, and this happened a lot, but I would just walk in somewhere and see something, and I would just look at Josh, and I would just say, like, this is magnificent. Like, it is amazing, and so different to anything we've ever experienced, and just, I don't know, you walk up to it, and you're like, holy cannoli. It's huge and beautiful and architecturally stunning and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So it was just really lovely.
So later on in the day, we went to one of the bigger parks in the downtown area. It's called Parc Güell.
Maybe.
Or something like that. I'm an American.
We don't know how to pronounce it.
But anyway, it was really cool. I mean, it's just a beautiful, massive park, not too far from the beach, right downtown. And we turned the corner, and there's this like massive, gorgeous fountain area.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of this park, and you just walk around, and like there are dragons just spouting water out of their mouths. And again, the color scheme, everything's just gold and bright and happy. And
so we're at this park today and are wandering about. Parc Güell, we're probably butchering the name of that, but behind us is like the most magnificent fountain. You walk up to it and you're like, oh, it's like this huge, golden, beautiful thing with 2 stairways. So we're gonna go walk up it, but it's a beautiful day out, and we just keep walking past things, and I'm like, I just keep saying, that's magnificent. Like, there's just so much that's here where I'm like, well, like, that's really pretty. Yeah.
Got a bunch of birds on you. That's good.
Okay.
So after the park, we walked down to the beach, and it was just beautiful. The water is part of the Balearic Sea. It was a little cold, so we didn't go swimming, but it was just nice to walk in the sunshine.
On sand.
Yeah, and smell, again, just good food smells are everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, just walking along a beach, it was just, again, a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was nice to just, like, have people out by the water. It's just nice to be by the sea. Birmingham is, like, dead in the middle of England, so there's no water. So it just, like, I think you forget how much you miss that, just like being by water. And we just kind of sat for, I think, 90 minutes to an hour, just kind of hanging out by the water. And we just ate some gelato, because we eat gelato, I think, every day we were there. And yeah, that third day we really did we went to parks and walked around. And again, it sounds like we didn't do very much, but it honestly was just so nice to enjoy the sights of the city and just be in the sun and take in everything and be able to stop and get a coffee or a drink or a little snack if we wanted to, and just have like a really nice leisurely vacation, which typically we don't do. We're very planning vacationers. We don't typically we relax on vacation, but typically things are pretty planned out. We like to get the most out of our days. But it was really nice here because while there was a lot of stuff to see, it was almost just easier to let the day happen. And I don't feel like we missed anything that we could have seen. Like, obviously, I'm sure if we had stayed for longer, there's much more in Barcelona that we probably missed. But I really feel like it was great to just walk, see the city, take in the sights, and be in the sun. We didn't take public transportation the entire time, with the exception of going back and forth from the airport, because we just wanted to walk around and see everything, and I'm so glad we did. We really miss it. I do anyway. Like, it's, in a way, it's nice to be home, but I think this is the first time we really got to see the variety of what Europe has to offer. And obviously, hopefully in our future trips, we'll get even more of a feel for not just England, but Europe as a whole. It was really nice to be able to travel and just get to see a different kind of culture. That was really awesome. I would highly suggest that everyone go to a place where they don't speak the language, and that's just different. Besides the fact that it's beautiful, it was just a really nice experience.
On the last full day that we had, at the end of the day, we went to a museum, again, Gaudi, and he was commissioned to create this house. It was a beautiful house, and again, with everything that he does, it's very different to every single house next to it. And it's basically a virtual tour with audio, walking through this building. Yeah,
they give you these little, like, iPad-looking things, and basically the rooms are virtually empty, but you can see the architecture. It's called Casa Batlló, and which the architecture alone is beautiful, but there's no furniture. You essentially are just going to, like, view the structure of the building. But they give you these little iPads with, like, the virtual, I guess it's virtual reality, where you get to see the rooms as they would have been when they were being used.
And he just, like, had such a way of using shapes and colors. Like, if this house was built as, like, an underwater theme almost. So, like, these windows look like sea turtle shells and vents look like fish scales. And it was like a 5 or 6 story house. And it was just, every room was beautiful in a certain way. So it was really cool just to walk through a house that he built. It was just a really neat experience.
It's very loud with the street traffic, but it's our last day here, and we're both really sad. So we're having our last little Spanish coffees outside because it's warm enough to eat outside at 9 in the morning, and we're going home today. But it was so beautiful. Are you sad to go home?
I am. It's been nice having not rain and a lot of sunshine and blue skies.
So tomorrow, Mags leaves on for another adventure. She's flying out to Amsterdam with a few of her friends.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This time Josh can't go with me because of work stuff, but I'm going with 2 of my really good girlfriends, so the latter half of this video is going to be my adventures there and just exploring, again, a different city. So it'll be fun to head out, and it'll be my first time traveling with just friends here, which I'm really excited about, and I'm really looking forward to Amsterdam. I've never been. So it's been a month since we've been in Barcelona. And I am at fault for why this vlog has not gone up. And it's because basically right after I got back from Amsterdam with my friends, Sandy and Natalie, term 3 started, and it has been difficult to say the least. So I've been really busy, and that's a boring excuse, but that's just the truth. So because term has started and because it's been challenging, I've been doing a lot of things, many of which is me forgetting that I hadn't recorded about my trip to Amsterdam. And since it has been so long since I've been to both Barcelona and Amsterdam, I'm just going to show a collection of pictures from Amsterdam and do a very bullet point explanation of what I've done. So I apologize for that, and like we say every time, but really hopefully we'll get better at vlogging, or at least I will when I'm on my own. But I have pictures, and basically Amsterdam was so great. It was so fun to travel with my friends and kind of have like a girls trip after I had traveled with Josh. That was really fun, and it's the first time I've really like traveled to a different country or place with just girlfriends, so that was really exciting, and we had such a great time. We visited museums that were obviously great, and Amsterdam just has the cutest charm. There's so many bicycles, and the canals are beautiful, and all of the houses just have this kind of like seaside sort of look. It's really adorable, and I just had a great time, and we ate amazing food. We had these little mini pancakes. There's a Dutch word for them that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but they were so delicious. And we also had these things that I call cone fries. They are not native to Amsterdam, I am sure, but they were just fries in a gigantic paper cone with sauces on top, and it was awful for us and so good. We saw historic buildings, and it was just, I mean, the whole thing was beautiful, like every European country, and there's so much more to share, but as I said, this was a failure on my end in terms of my Amsterdam trip. So there's a short video, there's a couple of pictures, and that's the best that I have. Hopefully this is the latest any of our vlogs will ever be. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up that we can talk about in another vlog now that it's been a month's worth of planning and other things happening in our lives. So here's Amsterdam in bullet points. Ta-da! So currently I'm outside of the Amsterdam Palace. We just visited it, it was gorgeous. There's Sandy and Natalie behind me. But I haven't filmed that much because it's always a little bit difficult with people who aren't me or Josh, because I don't know who wants to be in the videos or whatnot, but we've had a really great time. Yesterday we just kind of wandered like in Barcelona, but it was so gorgeous, and we sat by the canals. I went to the Van Gogh Museum, and it's just been really nice to like walk around and see these different places and just enjoy people from a different world. And like I said, today we visited the palace, and it was so gorgeous and pretty on the inside, and it's great to be with friends, and Amsterdam was awesome.
So thanks again for watching our video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the cool sights that we got to experience. So please like and subscribe if you like these videos, and leave a comment below about what you'd like to see. If you want to see more of our Europe trips, or if you want to see us do other random things, we'd love to hear from you.